things settle down as far as the proposed merger is concerned.
Ashwini Hooda, who's DMD at Indiabulls Housing Finance, to talk about their numbers. The numbers were largely an inline set. That's something to take on board as we go along. Okay, just a few seconds to go. We need to respect the embargo time. But very quickly on the markets, we are talking 11,330 for the Nifty. For the broader markets, actually, the comeback has been pretty decent. You know, you're looking at the mid-cap index have about 1%. You're looking at the small-cap index have about 1% as well. And in fits and starts, it's really a day which belongs to logistic companies. I don't know why they're firing up, but you know, the whole GST change was supposed to bring about a change in the perception for logistic businesses in general. They have an odd day when they all move, and there's a bit of a herd mentality that governs the move for these names. But all of the logistic companies are up and active in today's session on the back of good volumes as well coming in. All Cargo, Aegis Logistics, Snowman Logistics, VRL Logistics. Good traction seen across the board for them. For Indiabulls Housing Finance, you're looking at a 4% move. Even in the housing finance business, I think things have looked good for quite some time. All the numbers that we've seen thus far indicate that on how they've managed their margins, on credit costs. You know, we just spoke with Capital First, as also on the trends when it comes to loan growth. They have been able to deliver and keep up the momentum. I mean, Bajaj Finance is, of course, you know, pretty much setting the benchmark there. But even for the other financing majors, especially in the housing finance business, there was much talk about how HDFC might face stiff competition with others following suit. But that hasn't quite happened. They've all found their niches and have continued to perform well. So let's go across to Ashwini Hooda and actually understand a bit more about those numbers. Ashwini, great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for taking out the time. What led to the strong performance on profits as well as net interest income? Ashwini, if you can hear me, I wanted to understand from you what has contributed to such a healthy performance on the top line as well as the bottom line. No, I think there's a bit of an audio lag, but we'll touch base with Ashwini in just a moment. But great numbers, strong AUM growth on every variable they've delivered. You can't be asking for more.
I think let's just try and recheck. Ashwini, hi, morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We were just wondering what led to this healthy performance for you, both in the PAT as well as the NII.
So Indiabulls Housing has had perhaps the best operating quarter, very strong profit growth at 1,055 crore of profit. This has come on back of very good housing loan growth that we witnessed, almost 40% growth in housing loans and overall a 33% growth. So the whole mortgage market, the home loan market continues to be a big growth driver, and that is what has reflected in the strong quarter that we've had. Of course, this was also a quarter of transition of accounting standards. Had it been the Indian GAAP, the erstwhile accounting standard, the profit would have been little higher at 1,080 crore. In the new Ind AS, the profit is 1,055 crore. So basically underlying good performance on the growth of home loans that we've been able to deliver a very strong performance.
Ashwini, if I look at the general trend in HFCs, and I'm looking at the big players, the small players, there is an asset quality issue which has come up, and even for best of the lenders. Is that a trend which you will be able to ignore? You manage to grow at a rate which is outstanding, and your NPAs are under control. That is because of good lending. But when the sector per se is going through a little bit of downturn, will you also be affected?
So I would not say that there is any asset quality pressure on the premium end of home loan market. By saying premium, I mean white collar workers and blue collar workers, salaried people of large companies. Whatever stress that has been witnessed on the home loan front has been on the lower ticket size loans up to 2 lakh and loans up to 5 lakh. That category of borrowers never had access to formal finance in housing space earlier, but because a lot of new housing finance companies have come up in recent times, they have been lending to those segments. They are inherently risky, but I do not see even after these defaults they will incur much loss because there are house properties backing even those small loans. Talking about the main mass housing prime white collar worker loans, we have not seen any spike in any kind of credit cost in last 20 years now for the industry. As individual company, our home loan continues to be a 20-25 basis point NPA business, and it is perhaps the best quality among all financial products in the company. So, we are not seeing any headwinds as far as credit performance of the portfolio is concerned, and we believe this will be the trend going forward as more disposable income is there going forward, and the asset prices remain benign, improving the affordability, which puts less pressure on repayment going forward, and we believe that the credit performance of the pool will be very strong in near future as well.
Okay. What is the update on the LAP business? Because in general the belief is that the real estate business is the realty business is under stress. Could that have a impact on your LAP portfolio also?
So, loan against property is targeted at lending to SMEs, where the small business borrows from us against his primary property, primary house where his family stays. So, it is a very different product. Other market players have seen some issues in SME space as well, but that does not percolate to loan against property LAP segment, simply because it is a very different product targeted at very small businesses with a turnover of 10 to 15 crore and profit of 1 to 3 crore, where the average ticket size loan is 70 odd lakhs. So, this is a very nimble footed small business owner who does not grow his business beyond a limit because he does not trust professional to run his business, and hence he lets go of so many opportunity. So, even when there is a downturn in his segment of business, he is able to manage because he lets go of so many opportunities. So, we have not seen loan against property also underperform in any period in last 13 years. We were pioneers of this business in India, and it has been a 40 to 50 basis point NPA business for the company. And the other good thing is the property LTVs here are around 50%. So, even in case a loan goes in default, the recovery is full. So, loss given default surprisingly are lower than the home loans. So, we believe loan against property will continue to hold very well, and whatever SME pressure some of the banks have indicated are more to do with inventory funding and working capital lines, where the collateral is not liquid at times, or the value can be deviated from what the bank had earlier assessed. So, those issues do not affect LAP market, and we continue to see a very healthy growth backed by a very low credit costs.
Okay, Mr. Hooda, we'll leave it at that. Thanks much for taking the time out and highlighting what the earnings have been. A fabulous set and a fabulous move on the stock price. 6% higher at the highest point in the day. That's Indiabulls Housing right now, and that's really the leader in the Nifty. The biggest gainer right now, it's an 81 point move that you're seeing on the stock, 0.7% higher for the Nifty, comfortably above 11,300, and a good 1% up in the green for the broader markets as well.